At 5, a DEA agent accused of killing a cyclist in Salem while on duty had his case presented before a federal appeals court today in Seattle.
At the center of today's hearing was whether the agent can claim immunity from state prosecution because he was on duty, an on-duty federal agent. So it's state versus federal here.
On March 28th, 2023, Margane Allen was riding her bike home from work in southeast Salem. Video from that day shows a black pickup truck running a stop sign moments before striking and killing the cyclist. Behind the wheel was DEA Special Agent Samuel Landis, who, according to court documents, was conducting surveillance of a suspected fentanyl dealer. Landis had fallen behind the rest of the surveillance team and was trying to catch up when he allegedly struck Allen on her bicycle.
The testimony at the grand jury was that there was no urgency and that there was no hot pursuit.
After months of delay, Landis was charged with criminally negligent homicide on September 6th in Marion County Circuit Court. But Landis's lawyers asked to have the case moved to a federal court so that they could use a defense of federal immunity.
And so the immunity doctrine says if the person is acting as a federal agent, then they are immune from state prosecution.
U.S. District Judge Michael McShane granted that request in December of last year, moving the case to the district court in Eugene. The Oregon Attorney General's office appealed that decision and today argued in front of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that the case should stay in state court. An attorney for the state of Oregon argued to the appellate judges that running the stop sign wasn't necessary for Landis to do his job as a DEA agent. Landis's lawyers countered that running the stop sign was perceived as necessary at the time, regardless of how it seems now.
He made that reasonable decision in the context of law enforcement surveillance.
While immunity is at the center of the case, appellate judges are only tasked with answering the question of whether the case should be removed from the state court into the federal court.
This case is actually more of a criminal case than like civil cases for damages and money and things like that. But it really does raise some interesting issues about what should be in state court and what should be in federal court. And really the big issue that most people don't understand is the immunity that most government actors, employees, agencies have for damages that they create in the course of doing their job. If a normal person, crashes into your car, there's liability for that. But in many instances, if it's a government actor, there isn't. There's an immunity for that. And it's really difficult to bring these claims against the government. And there's certain procedures that you have to follow as far as making the claim, whether it's denied, whether they even answered at all, and the timing that is required to file a lawsuit against them. Then you have to get over the immunity obstacles and prove why the immunity doesn't protect the government from paying for their damages. Again, this case kind of demonstrates or shows the complexity in government immunity and whether something should be in state or federal court. If you've been, injured in an accident that involves a government entity, whether it's a county, it's a state, or the federal government like Postal Service, you absolutely want to talk to an attorney right away because, again, each case is going to be different and depend on the facts of its case. No attorney has everything completely figured out. They're going to actually do homework and go through all the exceptions to see where your case fits. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And while you're down there, please like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching.